Ryan Garcia fails a pre-fight drug test the day before and the day of fighting Devin Haney. Yet, the WBC, VADA, and the Boxing Commission and ESPN allowed him to get in there with Devin Haney. Let's talk about it. But first, smash my like button, leave your thoughts in the comment section if you're catching this. Subscribe, share the video. Definitely, please share this video. Share it on all your social media platforms. That'll be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you want to take your striking game to the next level and support this channel, you can head on over to thefocusballs.com and cop yourself a set of focus balls. And of course, check out the Stormy B Man channel. That's Stormy B Man, all caps, but no cap, for the most eloquent in boxing talk. Let's get into it. So, Ryan Garcia failed his drug tests, his pre-fight drug tests, and no one informed Devin Haney. The day before the fight, he failed the drug test, and the day after, he failed the drug test. Let's read this carefully, make sure we're reading the right thing. Ryan Garcia tested positive for the PED ostarine the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney. Per a VADA letter obtained by ESPN, Garcia has 10 days to request his B sample be tested. A sample also screened positive. Well, screened and tested are synonymous, so we're going to replace that word. Also tested positive for 19 norangestrone, but unconfirmed, meaning there hasn't been a B sample. So he's tested twice, failed two tests twice for two things: ostarine and norangestrone, which is a generic version of nandrolone, which is what Tyson Fury was on, and served a 3-year suspension for. So why did they allow this man to get in there with Devin Haney? I told you that Ryan Garcia was a cheater, and I told you in my The Three Boxers They Hate that the system will cheat these fighters because they hate them. The system will allow them to be cheated. People said, no, the system didn't cheat them. Ryan Garcia won fair and square. No, the system is the commission. The system is the sanctioning body. The system is the drug testing agency. The drug testing agency knew the day before the fight that Ryan was on drugs. They did not tell Devin Haney. The WBC, which is owned by a Mexican and headquarters in Mexico, knew that Ryan Garcia, the Mexican fighter, tested positive for a drug. This is like the third time that the WBC has tested a Mexican fighter and knew they were on drugs and let it rock. In fact, the last time the WBC did that, Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol, and they raised the limit so that Canelo and other Mexican fighters who test positive for this drug can get away with it. In fact, I said, if Ryan Garcia is on clenbuterol, you would never know because it's legal. In fact, I'm going to say Ryan Garcia is on clenbuterol. I said that in my video. So the WBC, the sanctioning body, Devin Haney pays them money to remain their champion. They defrauded Devin Haney by not telling him the results and allowing him to make that decision to fight this man, jeopardizing his life. Ryan Garcia could have shaved years off Devin's career and his ability to make more money in another fight, and could have killed him. And I told you Ryan Garcia's gloves are dirty. I told you, look, if they're willing to let him get in the ring with steroids, you think they're going to stop him from his tape, which nobody believes me that Ryan Garcia's tape is too high, that he's doing a cheat? So why did they allow him? They allow Ryan Garcia in there because, as I told you, they hate Devin Haney. They hate him, number one, because he is black and pro-black. He is dominant and independent. You can't control him, so you can't own him, and he's going to beat your people. So if you do business with him, he'll beat your guy and leave with your belts. And you can't control that. And he's really good. and he's going to brag about it. And he's proud of his race, and he's bragging about it. So they don't like that nigga. They will let him get cheated. I'm going to go a step further. They assisted Ryan in cheating him. That is why he got cheated. Race plays a factor. If Devin Haney was Devin Haney, he would be the greatest thing since sliced bread as far as the WBC is concerned. But the WBC was looking out for the interests of their own. They know one of the Garcias, Robert Garcia might have been. Yeah, Robert Garcia famously said, no, it was Eddie Reynoso. Matter of fact, yeah, Ryan Garcia's former coach, who we call the coach of the Juice Crew, because Eddie Reynoso had a few fighters who were testing positive for juice, and Ryan had joined him, and Ryan got big, and we said, yo, Ryan's on that juice, and so is Andy Ruiz, because he got slim. He was a fat bastard, and he lost a lot of weight, and he got jacked fast. So we think Ryan and this other dude, Andy Ruiz, they're on steroids because they're with the Juice Crew and they look like it. Lo and behold, Andy Ruiz is the next fighter to pop in the picture of the Juice Crew. We're waiting for you next, Andy. But Ryan, people have been accusing Devin Haney of being on Peds with no proof, no nothing, and he ain't got no power. But he's on Peds. So Ryan been with the Juice Crew. Where there's smoke, there's fire. We said this, that, yo, he's with the Juice Crew. And we called it. And he tests positive. Eddie Reynoso said this. He said, Black American fighters, they're built different. He said, like, they're different. Like, he literally said, Black people, like, genetically are gifted. They're genetically gifted. Like, we can't compete with that. That is what Canelo Alvarez's coach said. That Black people, they got, like, genetically they're different. They're better. That is what the greatest matchmaker at Top Rank also said. This is what they believe, bro. That's why they have no problem cheating you with drugs, because they think you're physically superior to them. It's not that we as Black people think that you're inferior. We don't think that. We don't look at people like that. We don't give a fuck about things like that. Because when you're the man, you're not concerned with who is inferior to you, because you're the man. But people who have inferiority complexes and envy, they look at Black people as superhuman. They look up. Well, I've heard this saying that the reason they take steroids is because you have negroids, and this is leveling the playing field. That's why people are going to make excuses and laugh and be okay with Ryan cheating, because they know, at least Ryan in his head believes, that the only way to compete with us is to be on drugs. And they let him get away with it because they believe it too.